everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger, and we are back at you again today with another Madden 20 Ultimate Team video number 2 of the day. If you missed it earlier this morning, we reached level 70 and we opened up our Series Redux pack, the guaranteed Redux card that you get at the end of level 70, along with our power-up pass and just some other information. So go check that video out if you missed it. But we are now here for our weekly series on Saturdays called MUT Market Recap, or is it called MUT Market Watch? I don't even know the own name to my videos. Jeez, Mike, get it together. It's MUT Market Watch. And then MUT Recap comes out on Mondays. All right, so if you guys are enjoying the series, can you show me some support? Can't speak now. Show me some support. Can we get this video to 200 likes? I'd really appreciate it if you guys could show that support by clicking that thumbs up on this if you guys are enjoying this weekly series. So, we had a market crash. Let's talk about it. It's important to talk about why there's a market crash going on right now. I got a lot of stuff on this piece of paper that I want to talk to you guys about in this video. So if I look down occasionally, I don't look at you, my apologies. I want to make sure I cover all the information that was in my brain. I don't want to miss anything. So, yesterday, Series 3 changed over, and a big reason why the market is so low right now is because training converted from bats to training, bats 4 to 1. So every 4 bats you had converted to 1 training. If you had 400 bats, that converted to 100 training bats. We're really low at the time, and also I think another reason why there's a lot of training and a lot of cheap cards on the market is because we couldn't sell most feared cards, and I don't think a lot of us read that MUT tip that said those cards would become non-auctionable. Now there was a glitch that you could sell them, you know, in some weird ways through the app, but I think a lot of people had a lot of most feared cards that they planned on selling and couldn't, so they ended up quick selling them for bats because that was kind of the better option to do. And so there was probably a ton, I wish I could know the number, billions of bats in the MUT ecosystem, and when we switched over to Series 3 yesterday, those all went to training, and so, you know, that's part of it, and we'll talk about why training is making the market cheap right now. The other is that people are trying to dump their most feared cards, specifically the 92s, the Earl Thomas, the Ndamukong Suhs, the Tyler Lockett's. Those cards right now are still pretty cheap on the auction house because they were fairly cheap compared to other cards at that same overall, other 92s, other 88s. So there's an influx of 92s and 88s on the auction house right now, and training is just extremely cheap because of that. We're going to take a look at the updated training point spreadsheet in a moment, but yeah, so that's a big reason why. So if we do take a look at the training point spreadsheet, you're going to see right now that, you know, like just a week ago, really good values were like, what, 30? 29 coins per training point. Look at it now. So we highlight some of the really low ones. 88 overalls, 23.35 coins per training point. That's if you get them at 60k. We look at 89s at 86k, 24.09 coins per training point. 87s at 45k, 24.19 coins per training point. And then 93s, specifically Peyton Manning at about 320k, 24.43 coins per training point. So why are these ones specifically so low? If you look, 87, 88, 89, that's a sweet spot for flashback cards. Now remember, we talked about a lot of training being into the game because of the bats turning to training. A lot of people are opening up flashbacks and heavyweight packs, and they're just dumping them, and everybody's undercutting everybody. So if you're specifically looking to buy training right now and you want to get the best values, look for 88 flashbacks. We'll do our own searches here in a moment on the auction house, but you know, those are the moves. Even 90 flashbacks, though it's not the cheapest training right now. Elshon Jeffrey, great example, brand new card this week. It was a card I almost paid about 225k for. I looked last night, I think I got it for 120k. So 120k for a 90 overall is 24.29 coins per training point. This spreadsheet was updated about 10 a.m. this morning. Honestly, I would expect prices to maybe go down a little bit. So as I always say with the spreadsheet, guys, these are the average lowest cost. I would shoot for everything under these numbers I'm listing. For 88, shoot for under 60. For 89, shoot for under 86k. For 87, shoot for under 45k. especially with the larger, these bigger cards, these more expensive cards. I'm pretty sure you can get 91s for under 180k. For 90 and 91 specifically, filter by flashback for 90s, 90 and 91 flashback. I'm not flashback, MUT Heroes, because MUT Heroes are kind of tanking right now. You can find a lot of MUT Heroes for under 180k. So I also made a list, guys, of the pros and cons of having a lot of training right now, because I'm sure a lot of you are saying training's really cheap. Should I stack up on it? Should I buy it? Yes and no. I want you to make your own decisions here, but I made a list of pros and cons, and I'm just going to give you the information and things that are on my brain with this. So the pros to having a lot of training right now: you can load up on physical chems. So when I talk about physical chems, we're talking about sprinter, we're talking about brawler, we're talking about shaker. If you take a look, adding these is going to give you an advantage. I specifically like to use shaker. It's just me because I really value agility a lot and acceleration. But now is a really good time to try to maybe get 30 out of 30 sprinter or 30 out of 30 brawler, whatever one you want to do, because training is so cheap right now. That's a good move. Also, if you are rocking a theme team, right now is probably a really good time to maybe load up on some team chems. So if I, like, for example, go over to my Eagles Stadium, if I can find it. I'm not seeing it. Is it right here? My face cam's blocking my view. You can load up on, Eagles passing right here. I might go and add another tier of Eagles passing to help my offense with my Eagles skill players there. Because training's so cheap right now, this is one of the pros of that, is loading up on these different chems, whether physical, their scheme, obviously abilities and X factors. That's a good reason to load up on training and to get this cheap training right now. Also, it's making packs cheaper, and the same packs that I talked about a moment ago, specifically flashback packs. You can tell that people are using this cheap training to open up flashback packs, therefore undercutting each other with flashbacks and heavyweights, making those cards cheap, making training cheap. It's kind of like a never-ending cycle. But one thing to keep in mind, and this is probably why I might buy some training before the day is over, is that new Football Outsiders come out tomorrow. Now, the cards aren't that great, but it's always fun to open up packs that have new cards in them. So tomorrow, I don't know if this cost will change on these packs, but we're getting a whole new bunch of cards Sunday morning. I'll be dropping a video to cover those new cards. But you might want to load up on some training and save it for Football Outsider packs. Maybe you pull the Justin Tucker. I'm guessing the punter and the kicker that come out tomorrow will be a 91. They tend to tweet out the ratings of the cards on Friday or even Saturdays. I don't know if they have. If they have, let me know. Also, it's just easy to upgrade your players. So you think about the power-up pass that's out right now. Some of you guys might be like, getting the Randy Moss and powering him up from scratch all the way to the 92 and using up the power-up pass on him. Cheap training obviously is going to help for it. So all those things sound great, right? But here are some cons. To me personally, when you think about it, and it's going to negate what I just said about the Randy Moss, there's not as much to upgrade this year. And when I say that specifically, it's like bypassing limiteds. So last year training was super crucial, right? Because every week we got a limited, and a week after that card came out, you could then power him up. You can't do that this year. So it almost to me feels like I'm using less training this year. Once I add on my X factors, once I add on my physical chems and my scheme chems, there's not much to do with training. Again, you can open it up with packs, but there's not much to do with your cards. There's less to upgrade. Also, with the 90% refund, so you can try out all these abilities, you're getting 90% of your training back if you decide not to use that one. In the past, last year, if you wanted to use Playmaker or, Elite Route Chem, and then you said, I don't like this anymore, you had to pay for whatever you were replacing it with. Now you get 90% back. Kind of means you need less training. Yes, you're losing 10%, but less training to be used there. And then there's no, special packs. When I say that, yes, we have flashback, we have heavyweight, we have veterans, but there's no MUT Heroes right now. There's nothing in stores for most feared. There's no promos coming up. I think that we're gonna see a bit of a dry spell here. I could honestly see maybe like the next 10 to 14 days of no content other than our normal team of the week, heavyweight flashbacks. You know what I'm talking about. So those are my cons of training. They don't sound all too bad, but at the same time, training is only going to get cheaper as the year goes on. So just being careful what you invest in. Same time I say there's no promos coming up, there are promos coming up. They're a little bit out the way. I'm going to guess like 2 weeks, right? I'm going to hope that we get some type of packs that can use training for. So this weekend, get some training, just don't OD on it. I guess that's my opinion. But take the pros and cons and do what you want with them. I would expect prices to go up. So if you have a ton of stuff to sell right now, I'd probably hold off on doing it. Prices are way low. We just went over everything on the Training Point spreadsheet again. We'll take a look at it while I talk. Prices are going to go back up. How much? I don't know. But I would kind of look at those flashbacks and those, you know, the 88 to 90 range, even 88 to 91. If you want to buy a couple cards and hang on to them, sure. Go for it. I think they're going to go up as we start to not get new promo content. Maybe they give us another promo this Friday. I doubt it, but maybe. I would love to be wrong. But once that dry spell hits, I think that's when you see prices go up a little bit. They won't return to what they've been. I don't think we're going to get back to the 33 to 35 coins for Training Point days. I think we'll hover at most 30s or high 29s, or high 20s, I should say. But prices will go up. So don't sell this weekend. At least wait until Monday, Tuesday, around then. I guess it also depends on who gets Team of the Week hero. If it's a good card, packs are going to be hot again. And then let's talk about Series Redux cards. So the pricing on these are kind of up and down right now. I would expect them to actually go down even after this weekend, because I think you're going to see more and more people start to hit level 70 and start to open up that free pack. And I think it's going to be kind of staggered. Like the super people who are just grinding like crazy, like myself, the last 24 hours or so, you know, we got those out. It's best to try to get that pack open as fast as possible, because I think you're only going to see the value start to go down. I mean, look at some of these right here. God bless anybody who's pulling these cards in their packs. God bless me who pulled, spoiler alert, I pulled Christian McCaffrey. Like, I wish I sold that for 200K this morning, because now it's down to 146. I'm hanging on to my card. I am hoping that it's going to go up in price, but at the same time, I think as you see people start to unlock this pack, you're actually going to see the prices start to go down, especially the more desired ones. Like if you want some of these 91 overalls, or if there's any like 92 overalls, Redux cards that you really want, I would say kind of be patient. Like I'm waiting on that Jason Kelsey, but I'm just going to chill out for a minute, and as more people get to level 70, there's going to be an influx of these specific Redux cards. So kind of choose your spots there. Also, people are using their power-up passes. So like I did with Michael Vick, you know, people are maybe doing that with Kamara or Megatron or Gronk or whoever it is. So they're doing what I did and what you're probably going to do. They're selling the card that they had in their power-up, and then they're replacing it with the power-up pass once they earn level 70. So you might start to see a bunch of people undercut each other on specific items like that. Bo Jackson, Jadeveon Clowney, whoever, because they're going to be replacing the card that they may have spent their coin on a while ago, now on the using the power-up pass instead. So that's why I think you'll see Redux actually go down, and I would just say for that, stay patient. Pick your spots there on the cards that you want. And then really just, I guess last but not least, I teased it this morning. I've had some doubters in my comment section. I see the comments. People think that I'm out here spending thousands of dollars because I have a lot of coins. I'm telling you guys, I work the market like no other. If you look, I've showed this in videos before. These are cards I'm flipping. Like, we are flipping 82s. When I post that meme on Twitter of the gymnast flipping, it's because I'm flipping cards. Now, I talked about it. I don't know if it's going to not come out till next Saturday during the week, but I am going to be working on a spreadsheet that's kind of like a flipping chart. I got to think of a cool name for it, but it's going to be something. It's going to be a guide that you can use, kind of similar instructions that I use to flip cards on prices to buy, prices to sell, profits to be made. So there it is, man. That's going to wrap up the MUT Market Watch for this day. training is cheap. Use my information to decide on if you want to load up on it or not. I definitely would recommend, like, go get 30-30 Sprinter or whatever this weekend for things like that. Otherwise, you know, just be wary, because training is only going to go down. I think it'll shoot back up a little bit, and then it'll go back down for Thanksgiving. And don't forget, we got Blitz too. So also, we don't guarantee we have it, but I think it's coming. So also, maybe keep a little bit of training in the stash for the Thanksgiving and Blitz promos, in case we are able to use that training on said promos and maybe special offers. All right, man, you got any questions? Down below in the comment section, you know where to leave it. Let's get those likes on this video. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, all that good stuff. My name is Popular Stranger. I'm out. Peace.